The story begins with some friends who are having a fun party at night, but one of them is sitting very sadly. When all her friends look at her, they all ask her, "Why are you so sad?" She says that a new app has been launched in the market, which can tell the exact time of the death of the person who downloads it. She says that she is sad because she has also downloaded this app this morning. And when I opened this app, she said that my death is going to be exactly 15 days from today. Hearing this, all her friends start laughing at her, and in a joke, they all download the app. They bet that according to the app, the person who dies the earliest will have to finish all the drinks on the table alone. Before downloading the app, everyone sees a user agreement, i.e. terms and conditions, and like me, these people also accept it without reading it. After that, everyone starts seeing the countdown of their life. Now everyone starts showing everyone the remaining time of their life. Someone was going to live for 20 years, someone for 60 years. But Courtney looks worried. When she shows her mobile phone to her friends, according to that app, she had only 3 hours left. As soon as the countdown was 0, she would die. Seeing this, Courtney gets scared. But her friends explain to Courtney not to be afraid. This app is just a joke. Now according to the game, the person who has the least time left in his mobile will drink all the drinks on the table. That's why Courtney loses the game, because she had only 3 hours left in her mobile. Now all her friends tell Courtney that according to the rules, you will have to drink all the drinks. Then Courtney's boyfriend Evan comes, and instead of Courtney, he himself drinks all the drinks. After the party was over, when Courtney sat in the car with her boyfriend Evan, she got drunk because Evan drank too much. That's why Courtney forbids Evan to drive. But Evan doesn't listen to her. Courtney was already scared because of the app. That's why she gets out of the car and starts walking home. Evan tells Courtney to sit in the car many times, but when she doesn't sit, Evan gets angry and leaves her alone. That's when Courtney's mobile gets a notification that she broke the user agreement. Courtney doesn't understand what this means, but seeing this, Courtney gets even more scared. That's when we see that a man in a black coat starts following her. Then Courtney gets an alert on her mobile that she only has 7 minutes left. Courtney arrives at her house in a hurry. As soon as she enters the house, she starts hearing strange noises in her ears, and the app's alert also keeps ringing, because of which she gets annoyed and turns off her mobile. But the phone automatically turns on, and the counting starts again. Finally, some unknown thing pulls Courtney up, and as soon as the countdown ends, Courtney dies by falling down. Here we find out that this app is not a joke. In fact, it really shows the remaining time of a person's life. On the other hand, we see that Courtney's boyfriend Evan has hit his car. Evan's life was saved, but the seat on which Courtney was going to sit, a big log of a tree had entered it. That is, Courtney's death was going to be like this. After that, we see a nurse named Queen in the hospital, who takes a trolley and goes to a patient's room. She sees that the patient has left the room without having breakfast. Queen knows where that patient will be at this time. That's why she goes straight to him. Here we see that that patient is none other but Courtney's boyfriend, Evan. Evan is very scared. He tells the Queen everything about the Countdown app, how his girlfriend downloaded it, and just at the same time he died at the same time as this app told him. Queen explains to Evan that this will just be a coincidence. How can an app tell a person the time of his death? She relaxes him and tries to prepare him for surgery. But Evan is not ready for surgery at any cost, because now he had also downloaded the Countdown app. According to the app, only 19 hours were left for Evan to live. And exactly 19 hours later, Evan is going to have a surgery. And he understands that he will be killed during the surgery. But Queen gives courage to Evan that nothing like this will happen. After some time, she meets the head nurses of Queen Hospital. She takes him with her, where a doctor and staff members surprise the Queen with a cake, because she has passed the nurse's test. Now when everyone is sitting and eating the cake, the Queen tells everyone about the Countdown app of Evan. Here some other people also tell that we have also heard about this app. As a joke, these people also download this app to see the remaining time of their life, in which a doctor named Dr. Sullivan is included, who is the most head doctor here. Doctor is very happy to see the remaining time of his life in his mobile, because he was going to live for 90 years, and the app also tells the remaining time for a long time. That a man brings a woman who had fainted due to overdose. Her heartbeat and breath had stopped, but these people save her by giving her an injection. After working all day, when the Queen returns home in the evening, she gets a notification to download the Countdown app. She downloads this app without taking it too seriously, and without thinking she accepts all the terms and conditions of this app. And then she finds out that only 2 days of her life are left. She feels a little weird to see this, but the Queen ignores it and reaches home. In the Queen's family, her father and younger sister are Jordan, while the Queen's mother was killed in a car accident a year ago. The next day, Evan is shown in the hospital, who is very scared, because his lifetime was slowly decreasing on his mobile, and now only a few minutes of his life were left. He decides to run away from the hospital instead of undergoing surgery. As soon as he starts running, he gets a notification on his mobile, in which it is said that he broke the user agreement. Here we find out that when someone sees the remaining time of his life through this app, then he can't avoid his death. Just like a few days ago, Evan's girlfriend Courtney got out of the car. She tried to avoid her death by walking. Then she broke the user agreement and she was killed. Now in the same way, Evan is also trying to avoid his death by not undergoing surgery. Will he be able to save himself or not? Let's find out.
As soon as Evan
Evan started moving forward, he saw a black shadow in the mirror. But as soon as Evan turns back and looks, there is no one there. Then, suddenly, the mirror in front of him broke.
seeing this, scared.
Evan started running towards the stairs.
As soon as he reaches there,
Electricity suddenly goes off. Then he hears the sound of someone's footsteps. When he turns on the torch of his mobile phone, he sees his girlfriend Courtney in front of him. But his girlfriend has become a demon, and he starts running away from her. But in a hurry, his mobile falls down the stairs, and after a while, he kills the ghost Evan and throws him down the stairs. When the Queen comes to the hospital, she finds out that Evan fell down the stairs and died.
hearing this,
She remembers Evan's words when he was telling the Queen again and again the other day that according to this app, he will be killed after 19 hours. That's why now the Queen also starts doubting that did this app really kill Evan? To change her doubt into belief, now she goes straight to the place where Evan's body was kept. She picks up Evan's phone and tries to check it, but Evan's face was locked on this phone. For this, she removes the cloth from Evan's body and brings his mobile phone in front of his face and scans it. With this, the lock on the mobile phone opens and she sees that this app has reached the countdown 0. Now the Queen also believes that this app is not a joke, but real. As soon as she moves her attention away from the mobile and falls on Evan's face, then Evan's head automatically turns and starts looking at her. She gets scared and quickly puts the body back in the freezer. Now the Queen is afraid that all this will not happen to her either, because according to the app, now she had only 1 day left, and yesterday she was going to go to her mother's grave with her father. With which she understands that there will definitely be an accident on the way in which the Queen will be killed. That's why the Queen avoids her death and calls her dad, and tomorrow she cancels the plan to go to the graveyard. Then a notification comes on the Queen's mobile phone that she has broken the user agreement. Seeing this, she gets very upset. Then Dr. Sullivan calls her to the room and asks her to help the patient. But here the doctor's intentions were something else. He tries to force the Queen. As soon as the Queen comes out of her life, she goes to complain to the head nurse. But before the Queen tells her, the doctor puts the head nurse in some other job. After coming home, the Queen searches the internet about this app at night, and she gets information about Courtney. She also gets a video of a girl who says that after downloading the app, she has started seeing her brother's ghost, who died many years ago. After a while, the girl says that her time is over, and then something happens to that girl too. But when the Queen checks the comments of the video, everyone says fake videos in the comments, which gives the Queen a little peace. And as soon as the Queen turned off the laptop, the Queen also saw Evan's ghost, which scares her a lot. But as soon as she turned on the light, Evan was gone. Then she got a notification again that she broke the user agreement. She hits her mobile on the ground and breaks it, and comes out of the room and spends the whole night in the car out of fear. The next morning, the Queen's sister Jordan comes and wakes her up. Both of them come back to their room, and there the Queen's younger sister, Jordan, sees the broken mobile of the Queen, in which the countdown was still going on. She tells the Queen that you have also downloaded this app. Hearing this, the Queen gets worried, because her younger sister Jordan also knew about this app, and she was also a user of this app. Now the screen of the Queen's mobile was completely broken, so she goes to the mobile shop to buy a new phone. She thinks that there will be no killer app in the new phone. But as soon as she buys the Queen's mobile, the app automatically gets downloaded in it. On this, the Queen shouts in anger and asks the shopkeeper about this app, but even she did not know anything about it. The shopkeeper tries to delete it, but there was no option to delete this app. After which, the Queen takes a mobile from the shopkeeper in anger and leaves. Hearing the Queen's words, a boy named Matt comes to the shopkeeper. He also asks the shopkeeper about this app. On the other hand, the Queen sits in her car to go home, but as soon as she saw in the mirror in front of her, there was a man wearing black clothes standing behind her car. As soon as she turned around and saw, he disappeared. Then suddenly the hands of a strange creature covered his face, which makes her car start going in reverse very fast, and she is safe from colliding with the car standing behind her. Then the man of the other car comes out in anger and starts shouting at the Queen. But then the same shopkeeper Matt comes out and takes care of the whole situation. He tells the Queen that I have also downloaded this app, and I am going to die before you. Now both of them sit together and start talking about the app. Matt says to the Queen that when you downloaded this app, you read the user agreement, to which the Queen replies that no, I had accepted the terms and conditions directly. Matt says that I also made the same mistake. Now both of them regret that before accepting the terms and conditions, we would have read it once. Then Matt sees a drunk man in the bar. Seeing him, an idea comes to Matt's mind. He says to the Queen that why don't we download this application from this drunk man on his mobile phone, through which we'll be able to see the terms and conditions. After which they both go to that drunk man, who that drunk man was talking about here and there. So they both also urge him to download the app. After which that drunk man agrees, when he downloads the Countdown app, and as soon as he reaches the place of the terms and conditions, then the Queen starts reading it well on her mobile. And now they go and find out about a rule, that after seeing the time of death in the app, the user cannot try to avoid their death. Both of them canceled their trip and broke this agreement. Even after hearing all this, that mad drunk man accepts those terms and conditions. Luckily, that drunk man finds out that he will live for another 40 years. Then the Queen remembers that the hospital where I work, there is a father in that hospital. Maybe he can tell us a way out of this situation. After this, the Queen and Matt go to the hospital and explain the whole story to the father. The father says that he does not believe in demons. That's why he gives them the address of each other father, who is an expert in the case of demons. Before leaving, the head nurse takes the Queen to a meeting where Dr. Sullivan accuses the Queen that he did not harass the Queen, but the Queen harassed him. But when the Queen starts giving a speech, the meeting's head does not listen to the Queen and fires the Queen from the job. The Queen did not care about the job anymore, because now the matter was on her life. After this, they both reach a church where they both find a man about whom the father had told them. And finally, they both reach the father and tell them everything about this app. After listening to them, the father tells them a story. It is written in the story that somewhere 100 years ago, there was a prince who had to go to war. This prince was afraid that he might be killed in this war. After which, he went to an old gypsy lady and asked her if he would survive this war. The old lady says that she can tell him the exact time of his death, but the condition is that after knowing the time of his death, the prince will not try to avoid his death. The prince agrees and finds out that he will be killed in the war. Now the prince, out of fear of death, does not listen to the lady and sends his younger brother to fight the war. But nothing happens to his younger brother. In fact, they win the war. But the coward prince is followed by a demon named Ojin, who torments the prince and kills him at the right time, which was written in his fate. The father noticed that behind all this is the hand of a demon. The father said that maybe this app is also a form of that Ojin demon. He said that if you want to avoid your death, then first of all you both have to hack this app and bring its code to me. When I see the code of this app, then I will be able to get rid of that demon. Hearing this, Queen and Matt had to hack this app as soon as possible because they had very little time left. They both come to the mobile shopkeeper and request him to hack this app. The shopkeeper was not ready for this, but when the Queen gives him money, he agrees. After many hours of hard work, he finally hacks this app and takes out its code. The Queen quickly takes a photo of the code so that she can show it to her father. Here they see that there are millions of users of this app, in which the shopkeeper also sees his name, Directic. He teases his code and says that he is more than 100 years old and this idea was really working. Now Derek had full access to this app. He could increase anyone's age as much as he wanted. The shopkeeper increases the age of both of them at the request of Queen and Matt. At that time, the Queen sees the name of her sister Jordan in the database, and her death was about to happen 3 minutes before the Queen. In that accident, both Queen and Jordan were going to die. Now Queen and Matt are very happy because now they were not afraid of death. But this happiness was a guest for a while, after which Queen and Matt reached Queen's house together and decided to spend the night in the same room for safety, because even now there was a fear of demons in their hearts. When they were going to sleep at night, Queen asks Matt why he downloaded this app. Matt says that a few years ago he had a younger brother who was a very decent boy. He was always sick and died one day due to the disease. And since then Matt was afraid of death. When he found out about this app, he wanted to know how long he was going to live. That's why he downloaded it. After this, Queen tells Matt her story that one night she went to a party without telling her mother. When her mother left the house to find her, her car had an accident on the way which killed her. After telling each other their story, they both go to sleep. Then in the middle of the night, the demon again comes to scare the Queen. A strange voice echoes in the Queen's ears, which opens her eyes. She sees that Matt's hand is on her stomach. She shakes Matt's hand and tries to wake him up, but then the real Matt opens the door and comes in. Actually, the Queen's stomach was not of anyone else but the hand of the demon. Here the demon attacks the Queen, but Matt, showing courage, snatches her blanket, which makes the demon run away. And here they find out that there was no point in hacking their app because their countdown has come back to its time. Now the Queen is worried about her younger sister Jordan. On the other hand, the demon starts scaring Jordan too, but before anything happens to Jordan, the Queen goes to get him. Jordan was very scared. Now the three of them go to Father John together. The Queen tells him that the plan to hack the app has failed. Even now the demon is following us. After which he told the code, Father, after reading Father code well, he understands that whoever breaks the user agreement gets a curse, which according to the Father is a good thing, because the curse can be broken. Now the Father made a plan to trap the demon in his own game. He tells that if you prove the demon to be a liar, then this curse will break. That is, if any person dies in a little earlier or a few seconds later than the time, then the demon will be proven to be a liar and the curse will break like this. After this, they reach the 4 basements and make a magic circle there. Now Matt had a few minutes left and the light starts blinking. This means that the demon has come to take Matt. The Father tells the three of them to stand in the circle and cows them, but as long as we are in this circle, no demonic power or demon can touch them. But don't try to get out of this circle by mistake or you will be killed. After a while, the demon comes in front of them, but he cannot enter the circle. Then suddenly Matt sees his dead brother. But this is not really Matt's brother, but the demon took Matt's brother's form and was deceiving Matt to get him out. Seeing this, Matt gets emotional, and as soon as he steps out of the circle, a demon grabs Matt's leg and pulls him away. Seeing this, Queen also runs after him. When he came out and saw Matt was standing on the road, but then a fast car came and crashed into Matt, and with Matt's death, his mobile's countdown also became 0. Seeing Matt's death with his own eyes, the Queen feels very bad, and now the next number was Jordan's. But the Queen sees that while coming out, Jordan is badly injured, so she brings Jordan to her own hospital. Meanwhile, a nurse working with the Queen told the Queen that she was right. Dr. Solon is also trying to flirt with me. Then the Queen's eyes fall on the scoundrel Dr. Sullivan. Seeing Dr. Sullivan, the Queen gets an idea. She knew that this scoundrel doctor was going to live for 90 years. If the Queen kills this doctor now, the demon's debt will be broken and both the sisters' lives will be saved. Now, to succeed in this plan, the Queen goes to the doctor's office. She tells him that I want my job back and I'm ready to do anything for it. The Queen tells him that I'm waiting for you in a deserted area behind the hospital. The doctor can't think of anything and gets stuck in the Queen's trap and reaches that deserted place. Here the Queen was standing quietly with an iron rod in her hand. As soon as the opportunity came, the Queen attacked the doctor with the rod and he fell to the ground. The Queen had already brought an injection of morphine with her, and as soon as she was about to inject the doctor, the demon came there and saved the doctor, and the doctor ran away from there. Anyway, it was time for Jordan to die. She only had 2 minutes left. The demon goes to kill her. She tries to hide from the demon and slave herself, but the app tells her where to hide and the demon captures Jordan. But then the Queen comes in front of the demon and starts injecting herself so that at least her sister's life is saved. Now the demon takes the form of the Queen and tries to mislead her. Looking at her mother, the Queen gets emotional, but soon she realizes that this is a trap of the demon and she injects the morphine injection in herself. In this way, the Queen dies before her time and Ogin proves to be a liar. Then Ogin becomes a smoke and flies in the air and the Queen's plan succeeds. And Jordan's life is saved. Now Jordan comes to the Queen and starts crying, and then she sees that there is a medicine written on her arm. And she also sees the same medicine bottle in the Queen's hand, which Jordan quickly fills in the injection and puts in the Queen's hand, which kills the effect of morphine and the Queen comes back to life. Anyway, now everyone's countdown stops there. The Queen gets her job back and she goes to jail for her brother. Few days later, the Queen goes with her family to visit her mother's grave. When these people return home, then a notification comes on the Queen's mobile and she sees that a new app called Countdown is downloaded. With this, the story ends. If you like this video, then subscribe to our channel and like the video.